Hey, welcome back to Black Lab Garage. Well, it's time to break out the old $400 Ferguson tractor again. But this time we're going to try to plant potatoes with it. You know, because I'm a growing boy and I got to eat. You ready? Come on, let's get into it. I mean, some of you may find this surprising, but I do garden. I mean, have you been in the grocery store lately? Have you seen the prices? That's why I garden. You know, I'm a growing boy, got to eat and maintain this fabulous body. Now, if you look, you can see it's kind of overgrown. I even have maple trees starting to grow. And are we going to mow it down or do anything to it? No. Just going to use this little Ferguson and this single bottom plow. Now you may notice me raising the hood to crank the tractor. That's because that new key switch that I put in it, that's not even a year old, went bad. So I'm hot wiring it. Go figure that the switch went bad already. You just can't get good parts anymore. Alright, yep. See, I'm running it down here to the ballast resistor. Now let's see if she'll crank. Oh yeah. And on a side note, one important thing is if you have a drawbar, make sure you either swing the drawbar over out of the way or remove the drawbar completely. Otherwise your plow will hit the drawbar and that won't be pretty. Because as you can see, I removed the drawbar completely on this one. Now we want to raise this side up as far as we can go. Like that. See, it's actually lifted. It's tilted as far as lifted part of the plow up. That's actually what we want on the opening furrow. Now I know some of you right now are sitting there saying, well, we didn't even cut very much on that first pass. You don't want it to. We're just making a mark, you know, like a guideline to go by and just barely skim the top. Now we'll set the plow to be level and throw it back the other way. See what I'm saying? See right now how the cross shaft is sitting like this? Step back here if I don't kill myself. See how it's, so now we're going to lower it back down to where it sits level. Actually, I'll pick it up and set it back down and we'll see it later. That's why I like a 16-inch bottom plow or single bottom. They bury a lot of trash. Like that maple tree's gone now. But I'm sitting here looking, I probably should have went over one more space. I didn't go over as far as I really should have, but that's no big deal. We can fix that. I mean, we have a Ferguson tractor, we have a Ferguson plow. We can fix it. Now we need to do the same thing down the other side. Make a strikeout furrow, which is what you call the first one, you know, where you're just basically making your mark and then throw it back. So let's do that now. Now then, you can see I've made the strikeout furrow. Now I'm going to throw the dirt back the other way. And yes, I've done leveled the plow back out. It don't look like it right now. It's picked up. You'll see once I set it down that it is level. Got the hood up because I had to stop and fuel up right fast. I know you've seen the tractor start spinning, which, you know, it's digging pretty deep. All you got to do is, if it starts spinning, pull up on your lift lever a little bit. It'll raise the plow up some, and it'll go over the root, rock, or hard spot in the ground that caught the plow and go on, and then you just drop it back down where you was at and continue plowing at that depth. Let me show you what I mean. See it spinning? Raise up on it. And lower it back down. Now on your last pass, crank it back up to an angle again. But you can see there's just a little strip left, so we don't really need to make a full cut. Well, there we go. It's plowed. I know you see that dead furrow in the middle, or ditch, but that's no big deal, because once we disc it, it's all going to fill back up anyway and level out. So it's okay to have that dead furrow in the middle. Now let's see if we can plow that one more row that I should have plowed earlier on the outside. there we go. I even plowed that extra outside round. If you see me get hung up over there, that's because it was a big tree root actually. See that big root? That's what I was hung up on. So I'm gonna let this dry overnight and then we'll disc it down tomorrow. And we're back out here today, going at it again. So now we're going to disc it down. I'm just using a single cut disc. That way it'll throw the dirt out. So let's get to it. Now, one more implement we got to use and we'll be ready to sow potatoes. This is the Ferguson 9BO tiller. You can see it's got 9 spring-loaded shanks, which takes a lot of force to move them, but they will move. If they hit a rock or a root, anything on the ground, they'll hit that and then spring back. This is probably the most useful implement ever in the Ferguson line, because you can plow with them. You don't have to have a turning plow. You can use this. You can plow with them. You can cultivate with them. You know, they're just versatile, and that's why there's still variations of this plow made to this very day. But the original Ferguson ones are made better. But I'll run through with this, and we'll level it on out and break it up even more. And this is why the Ferguson tiller is so popular. See how it leaves the soil real loose? I mean, yeah, there's some claws in it, but that's okay. It won't hurt a thing. But it leaves it real loose and not compacted. That was actually one of the implements that Ferguson brought with him in '38 when he met with Henry Ford in America. You know, because Ferguson came from England. But that was one of the plows that he brought with him, and that's what sold Henry Ford on the Ferguson system, because you could plow every square inch of a field. Alright, so now we got to put I call it a furrow, ditch, whatever you want to call it, to put the potatoes in. So I've just got a subsoiler here that got really cheap because it was bent up and broke, and I just welded it back together. But anyway, I added this piece onto it. And of course that'll spread the dirt out as we go down through here. And you always want to put a stabilizer bar on there, that way your subsoil don't do this going down through there. Try to hold it as steady as possible. So here we go, let's put us a furrow in. Now while you're plowing, you see my tire tracks? I'm not following them exactly, I'm a little bit to the side of them, but you want to stay fairly close. But you got to leave some dirt in between to, you know, heal your potatoes up as they're growing. And now here's the sucky part of it. This is the manual part. Drop it in. Make sure the eye's up so they can see where they're going. And it never fails when I do that, they always flip another direction. And then take your hoe and cover them up. I always heal them up after they've come through the ground. I know some people heal them up before, but I always do it after they come through. I honestly don't know if it makes a difference either way. But so let's throw the rest of these in and cover them up. Now if you wondered what I was planting, those were Kennebec potatoes. To me, there is no better potato than a Kennebec potato. They have a really, really thin skin. You can literally wash the skin off of them. And see, when I eat potatoes, I eat skin and all. But they don't have a real thick leathery skin like those Idaho potatoes do. Kennebecs, they're just awesome. If you've never had one, you need to try them. These here are red Lesotas. I usually grow red Pontiacs. I want to try the red Lesotas and see how they do. And there's two of them planted and covered up. Good chance of rain tomorrow, so that'll work out good. That'll work that fertilizer into the soil. So, still got two more to go, but you see how we do it the old-fashioned way. And don't worry, I've still got more 460 stuff and Pontiac stuff coming. But I gotta eat, you know. I mean, that's pretty important. I just want to show you some of the hard work I go through to do it. So, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Maybe some of you that's never grown potatoes before have learned something. You don't have to have a lot of high-dollar equipment to do it. It just takes a little more hard work. But hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and listen more Goose Creek. And stay tuned. Me and the fellas will be back with another one. See you.